Hello, my little Aquarians, my sweet little soul warriors. All right, so, oops, let me get everything together here. This is the Owl Tarot. This is Dragon Tarot, Star Dragons, Fairy Oracles of Fairy, and Everyday Witch Oracle. So, I'm going to try to shorten this just a little bit longer. Sometimes the cards don't let me, but just short and sweet if we can tonight. I've asked them, so we'll see. All right, let's get started. Ooh, this is wonderful. Oh my goodness. Wow. This is actually the World card, and it is stunning for you. These three cards are where you're at now, what you're thinking. You know, for any of us, we're not the same person we were 5 years ago. We've changed. There's things we've learned that we did then that we wouldn't do now. You can't help that. That's just the way life is. So, so this is basically what you're thinking now and where you are, where your mind is at now. And then as we go along, sometimes it will give you some of the past, and then answers or questions answered, hopefully guides for the future. But so the cards will basically tell you, try to help you. That's what the cards are for. They're there for help. Wow. This is the World card. It's basically the universe in this deck. But if you'll look, there's everything in the eye. It's the universe in the eye. So at this point in time, I'm going to get the rest of them and let's see. But that is what you're focusing on right now. And this is, the Sire of Pentacles. And so this would be the King of Pentacles. So this is money. I mean, the only other higher card for Pentacles or for money or abundance would be an Ace of Pentacles. This is a huge thing. So let's get it together and let's see if it's already here. And this is, and now I have to turn my light on now. This is a Seven of Pentacles. And a Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, what am I saying? I am so sorry. So a Seven of Swords is where generally somebody, you see how this other little dragon over here, if I can get it out of the glare, he's trying to steal his bones. So a Seven of Pentacles is usually where something sometimes unconventional, but a lot of times it's someone who did something wrong. They weren't truthful, they were sneaky. But if you put all these together, so this is what you're focusing on right now, is the universe, and it is coming to you. Pentacle abundance, wow, to do anything. But then you have the Seven of Swords. Hold on a second, let me listen. They're saying the Seven of Swords was done to you. So that means right now you're starting a new life. This is like the world, and so you've ended an old cycle, and you're becoming, you've learned a lot. You're taking everything that you've learned from everything in the past, and you're starting a new life. And this is like, the sky's the limit for you. Obviously, money is here. For some of you, I believe you already have the abundance. For others of you, I believe some of it, quite a bit of it's coming. But I do believe that a great many of you have the abundance. Something was, whether it's in business or not, we'll get a little further along the cards, but something wasn't quite kosher. Something behind your back, or someone was not very truthful. They were sneaky. Okay? Now, if this was in business, this is what, and you may have to watch your business. All right? So these are the Owl Tarot. Cards don't lie. There is no lying with the cards. Wow. And this is the Star. The Star is like little Pinocchio. He wished to be a real boy. He wished upon a star, and his dreams came true. And that is exactly what the world is, or the universe in this deck. So your dreams are coming true. A whole new life, a whole new world for you. And the thing is, right now, with the way the universe is, there's so much going on. There's Pluto doing, Venus in retrograde, blah, blah, blah. There's so many things going on right now that a lot of people are changing their whole life. It's really amazing. But you, Aquarians, you are reaching for the stars. This is really amazing. And this is Six of Cups. Now, if you'll notice on this, the older owl is feeding the baby owl, and all of the cups have something different in them. They have like worms or some kind of little bugs or something, but it's whatever it is in those cups are good for the baby because they're nutritious for the child, or the childlike person that you are. And that comes along with the Sire of Pentacles. Any king or queen in the tarot card have worked their way up. Now, it doesn't mean, and you might have been born with money, but that's not what it means. You've worked hard to get where you're at. You've worked your way up from the bottom, whether it's in relationships or business or family, but you have worked for everything you've gotten. And so now, you may be looking back to a time when you were younger. Also, you could be nurturing a younger, maybe a child of yours, or someone else. It looks like you are a very nurturing person. I will say that. But also, for me, this card always means looking back to a different time when you were freer or happier. And as I said, it could mean that you have a child or some children, and you're very nurturing to those children or that child. But the thing is, you have worked your way up through so much. So now it's like a newer time for you. A lot of times this means looking back. Some people look back, but I don't. With these cards, the cards that you have, let me see this one here, and let's look at this one. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, people, these are two different decks, both Seven of Swords. So you went through someone who was very sometimes Seven of Swords can mean someone ran around on you, someone cheated on you, but it can also mean that in business someone was untrustworthy. Something happened to you in your business too. But this is, as of right now, this is more of a spiritual reading. So I believe this was done to you, and you have two out of 2 different decks, both 7 of Swords. That's a confirmation that this really did happen. Okay, let me see what they want now. Let's do these, and we may come back to one of these decks if we have time. Oh my goodness, this is Learn from Life. And you see all the books here? Can you see all, if I can get the glare off the card? This person has learned from all of these books, gotten all this knowledge, and yet there's a little, it's familiar by his side. That means spirit by your side always, you know, helping you through everything. And you are fixing to go out this open window, open doorway, to go back into life after everything you've learned. And these this is such a true reading, because the star means wishes granted, wish upon a star. The universe, that means also Spirit's giving you this, but you have to take that leap, and you are. Wow, this is just an amazing, amazing reading. And this one is Speak Your Mind. If I can get the glare off of it. And there is one person here and another person here, and it looks like both of them have a valid or an opinion. And you see they both have the little dandelion poofs, and they're blowing away in the wind. So their opinion or your opinion, really, it's just blowing away. It's not, what I'm trying to say is it's not worth a fight. But you do, sometimes you have to stand up for yourself and speak your own mind. No, I don't believe in that. That's, you know, I'm not going to do that. This is what I'm going to do. If someone's trying to push you in a way that you don't want to go, they want you to stand up and speak your mind. But I'm not sure you have much of a problem with that. However, I do believe that there is someone else out there that wants you to go possibly in another direction. And this is gratitude and thanks. And also you see the little, see the little familiar, the little white familiar, and he's got a little cup of milk, and yet there's so much here. Butterflies are change. They stand for change. This happened in your past, okay? This betrayal. But now, and I think sometimes you do think about the past, but you are truly focused on your new life. They want you to not let anyone push you in the wrong direction. Here's the thing, sometimes you get down on yourself, and so what they want you to do is to think about all the wonderful things that you have learned, all the wonderful things that you have, even your person, and all the flowers you see here. So you have abundance. They're wanting you to think about that. Get your mind out of sometimes being a little depressed, because there's so much here for you. And you are creating this. Anytime you see someone that has the world or the universe and the star, they've done that by themselves. They have actually made their mind up to be in a different spot, in a different place, a different change of life. And here you are, you're ready to go out that door after everything you've learned. This is a beautiful card. I love these cards. Okay, and these are the star dragons. And this is destruction, releasing your anger. Okay, Um, Here's the thing. With what you went through, I don't know who did this to you, but you have two Seven of Swords. So that's confirmation, definitely, in two different decks. That I think sometimes you get angry. You get a little down on yourself. You get angry that you put up with some things. You get angry at the other person for doing some of this to you. Possibly sometimes even the universe saying, no, how could you let this happen to me? Why didn't you know? Blah, blah, blah. But they just want you to let that go, because this is what you're fixing to do. You're fixing to do, start out on this new path. So if you have any anger left, just realize it taught you a lesson. You will not put up with the same thing you put up with before. You will not react the same way. You will not do the same things. So sometimes we're angry with ourselves also because of something we said or did. That's just life. There's not a person on this planet that doesn't have a little bit of guilt for something. That's just the way it is. But guilt actually means that you've learned your lesson. But you can't stay in that guilt. You can't stay in that anger with yourself or with anyone else. So this is a very good card because you are starting out on a new path. You still have a little bit of anger to let go. I don't think it's a lot. And this is choice. And this is understanding consequences. So you have a choice. You're fixing to start out on a new path, and you've got 3 cards telling you that. You've got the universe, the star, and then, learning from life. You're starting out on a new path. So, but I think you still have just a little bit of anger there sometimes. But it's not enough to stop you from doing what you're going to do. So, it's not worth it. It taught you a great lesson. You wouldn't be the person you are today if this hadn't happened to you. You've learned so much, and you will not, hopefully, you will not let that happen again. No one's going to push you around again. Okay? And this is understanding the consequences. And you see this person is standing right there on the top of this man, and there's a dragon over here and a dragon over here. And so whichever you choose, you're always going to have consequences. Some of them are going to be wonderful consequences. The word consequences sort of connotates a negative payback, but if you choose a good path and you do the right thing for you, and that doesn't mean you let other people walk over you, then the consequences or the things that come back to you will make you so happy. So, but if you choose the wrong thing, more anger, it's not going to make you happy. So just remember that. I don't think you have much anger left, but that little anger doesn't need to be there. Whether it's anger with yourself for putting up with things, or whether it's, and also possibly anger from what happened to you. All right? And this is, oh yes, this is culmination, and this is completion and renewal. This is really amazing because look at the cards you have in different decks. Every one of them is a different deck. This is a new path. This is getting what you wanted. The star is a new path. This is going out on a new path. This is telling you the old is done, and you've got a renewal, a new path coming. When the cards do this, and they usually do, I love working with the cards, but that's why I love working with different decks, because one deck the last deck, the latter deck, will usually confirm the prior deck. And that way, the person looking for the reading knows it's a true reading. This is absolutely fabulous. but you have a little bit of anger. You have to let it go. Again, I think some of that is for yourself. You're a little angry with yourself. I think you have some guilt, maybe because you put up with some things, and also from something you did, maybe said or whatever. But the bottom line is you have to let it go. And I think you are angry with that other person, and rightfully so, but it's not helping you. And I'll say this again, I've said it before. I read this in a book, and it was in a tarot book, and it said, don't stay in the movie theater after the show's over. So don't keep going back over anything. And as I said, some of this could be going back over the past too. But you're not doing that much. You go over it, and I think you're trying to figure out some things. This is really, wow, this is pretty neat. These are the fairy oracle cards. All right. And this is precious time. The fairy of time wants you to experience every moment fully and to make the most of your precious time. Be mindful not to waste others' time either. So you see, she's kind of all dressed up, kind of what is that? Steampunk, I'm sorry. Sort of a steampunk. It's like things have already happened. In the steampunk realm, things have like the earth was destroyed, and they had to pick up the pieces and make the little pieces work. And so this is for you, because you are creating this beautiful, beautiful world that you're coming into. So, but there's so much here that you can look at. If you haven't gotten to that point yet, there's so much here to be grateful for. Beautiful cards for you. Beautiful. Okay? And this is, oh my gosh, this is stargazing. This is a card of like the star, wish upon a star. You've gotten two of these in different decks. They're really talking to you tonight. When you gaze in the stars and you give yourself fairy focus, your intuition will flow more freely and reveal what you need to know about your situation. So what this is saying is anything that was in the past, you're going to get it all, to put it all together. It's like a puzzle, a little piece here, a little piece there. You're going to get it all together, but you're also gazing on the stars and asking for something. You're getting your wish. And now if you look at this is the moon, okay? And the moon always connotates, it has a connotation of something we don't know. We can't see the backside of the moon. So it's a little bit of mystery. You haven't put all this past together yet in a puzzle. You're still going strong. You're done with that old, and you're moving out to the new, and you've learned so much. But you still have, there's a little bit of stuff that you still need to get rid of, and that's fine, because you are working toward this. This is really amazing. So the little answers are coming. The things to kind of put it together are coming. Wow. The universe is giving you this, but I will say, you have created this on your own. You've picked yourself up from this situation that you were in, and now you are starting out on a new path. How fabulous is that? And this is healing. Now is the time for you to give or receive healing. Everyone has a natural ability to heal others. Yes, even you. Excuse me. I think this is time for you to heal. Once you heal, there's still little raw spots for you, But once you heal, you just exude that to other people. You have the ability. It's saying now is a time for you to give or receive. You definitely need this healing. And you are doing so well. I am very, very proud of you. You are fixing to go out the door on a new path. I just keep bringing this card up. I can't help it. And then this one also tells you, again, I'll read it again. Precious the fairy of time. Make the most of your precious time. Be mindful not to waste others or yours. Just don't go back to anything. You can go back. Let me rephrase this. A lot of times we have to go back to an old situation to figure out everything. Was that person manipulating us? Were we allowing ourselves to be manipulated? Were we just, not seeing the red flags? Were we trying to overlook them? All of those things. Did we cause any of that? All of that is what you are going back over and trying to fit the pieces of the puzzle together. But you're still going forward, and you have a brand new life. But you're just that little smidgen that you're still trying to figure out. But you are such the word I'm trying to it's like the people who have to go through so much and they overcome. They never give up. And that's who you are. This is really an amazing reading. And there's our time. And did I use? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And I am going to use one more deck because I think these would be very good for you, for Aquarius. Answers for Aquarius, please. Answers for Aquarius. Answers for Aquarius. Something to help Aquarius. Help the little Aquarian. Help the little Aquarian soul warriors. Alright. These are Soul Helper Oracle. And this is recognize despair as an opportunity. And as I said right at the beginning, I think sometimes you get a little down on yourself. Within it, you will find the gift of awakening. When you go down, just get a little depressed, and we all do when we're working so hard. But I have a friend who said, right when you get so down and you think nothing's there to help you, that's when the answers come. It's just like they're right there. And I have to agree with that. We've all had it. We've all done it. Any of us that have come through a situation, and we're trying to learn after we get out of it, learn everything, internalize everything. But this is amazing for you. So, really good. Have the courage to be free. And this says, know that freedom begins where desire ends. Now, I disagree with the way this is phrased because I think you have to have a desire to get out of a situation for everything to be better. I don't think you can drop those desires. But I think you have the courage to be free of your own mind, the despair that's in your mind. You've got that courage. You might just say you might be down today, but tomorrow you're back hitting it again. You will just not give up. You're a very strong person. It's like if you've got mountains to climb, you will climb them. There's a beautiful song. It was in, what was that movie? Greatest Showman on Earth. It says, it's a million dreams. We're going to find a better place. We know it will take a million dreams. And, That's true. You just keep seeing it and seeing it. But this is beautiful. And this also came out in this row where you stand your ground. You just stand your ground, and no one is going to take you down. There may be days or sometimes an hour or two or something, or maybe minutes, where you just get down on yourself a little bit, but then you come right back. And once you do, it's like you've learned one lesson and another lesson, and these are piling up. These are beautiful, beautiful lessons. I just keep bringing this card out. Look at all these books, everything you have learned, and you're fixing to go out again with a new life. Whoa, I am so proud of you. One more card. All right, and this is live in this world as a dreamer. This is one of the most beautiful cards you could ever get. It's create a future paradise. That's where your desires create something. You desire to have something new. If you don't desire to have it, you're never going to get it. That's why it's a little, I don't quite agree with what they're saying when they're saying, when it says your freedom begins where your desires end. Now, what they're talking about here is when you've gotten what you wanted. That desire, say you wanted a new business and you got it. Well, then your desire for that new business ends. But they worded it a little bit opposite, or in my opinion, it's not worded exactly correctly. It says, have the courage to be free. And you see, she's free. She's swinging along. She's just a happy little camper. And that's what you're looking for. You're looking for freedom in your mind and a new life. And you're not giving up. But this card is so important for you, because right now, the Wright brothers dreamed during the day. They believed that they could fly. They could make a machine to fly. We have planes and jets and space, rocket ships and everything now because of them, because they dreamed during the day. We have cell phones, and somebody said, no, we can do that. We can talk from one point in the earth to another point just in a second. And the only way that was any of those items and any of the other amazing items that we have, computers and everything else, the only way we have those is because someone dreamed during the day, not just at night. So this is beautiful, beautiful reading for you. The only thing, they just want you to just hang in there and just realize that you have come so far. And don't let anything get you down. Just hang in there, and you have been doing such a great job. This is a beautiful reading for you. I'm so happy for you. All right, little Aquarians. This is beautiful, Soul Warrior. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.